And here we go again. Illinois passing dumb gun control laws that are going to do absolutely nothing to curb criminals from doing what criminals do, which is crime.
A historic moment for a gun violence weary state.
The law that is now in place will save lives, and it won't just be one life, it will be hundreds or potentially thousands of lives.
Earlier hugs and tears in the Illinois House chamber following the General Assembly's passage of the bill.
The people of the great state of Illinois have been waiting decades for legislation just like this.
I'm so grateful to each and every one of our lawmakers who heard us and who took action and didn't give thoughts and prayers.
With the governor's signature, the law takes effect immediately, banning the sale, delivery, and purchase of dozens of assault-style weapons. Such firearms currently owned must be registered with state police. Long gun magazines are capped at 10 rounds, and for handguns, 15 rounds.
The job's not done. We can't just dust off our hands as if this is it. This is the final bill that'll save all the lives.
Opponents of the law say it does nothing to prevent mass shootings or lessen crime and will fight it in court.
This is a huge overreach. It really chokes people's Second Amendment rights.
All it's going to do is give the courts an excuse to strike down yet another piece of gun legislation.
Do you hear that sound? That's all the criminals running to turn in their AR-15 magazines that have more than 12 rounds and to give up their AR-15s. You don't hear that? Yeah, me either. Because that's what criminals do. They're not going to do that. All this does is affect law-abiding gun owners in Illinois. So what happened? There was a shooting about 6 months ago in a little bit more affluent town in Illinois, so kind of in the suburbs area. So what happens? The Illinois House scrambles to do whatever they can to pass more gun control. So what's going to happen? The people that are law-abiding are going to follow the law. Now, don't get me wrong here. I know that the whole point of this whole thing is for a registry. For the gun owners that are law-abiding owners are going to register their guns. They're going to. What are criminals going to do? They're not going to register their guns. So, in essence, who will have all the illegal, quote-unquote, AR-15s? If you said criminals, ding, ding, you're absolutely right. So, what does this gun law do? All it does is it satisfies all these people who have this idea that banning all the guns and all the ARs and all these things is going to make you safer. It's not going to make you safer because the criminals aren't turning in their guns. Only law-abiding people are. The Illinois House isn't serious about protecting people because if they were, then they would look at the inner cities. They would look at how these kids have been shooting each other up every single weekend to the tune of 40, 50, 56, 60, shooting each other. But why doesn't it not matter? Because it's in the inner city. Now, don't come at me with this. I'm not playing this race card thing. It just is what it is. Because if they really cared, then they would do something about that. They would do something about, really it's the recidivism. Really is what it is. Because they're so easy on these criminals. They just slap them on the hand, put them back on the street, and guess what? They go out and commit more crimes with illegal guns. So they're not serious about doing something for this. They're only serious about helping the people that donate to them, these wealthy people who continue to pay them to stay in power. That's who they try to help. And so that's why they did something for this, and that's why it was so rushed. But it's going to do absolutely nothing to curb criminals. They're not deterred. They're not running to go turn in their AR-15s. They're learning to get more. They're thinking, oh good, everybody else is going to turn in their guns and we get to keep them. So in the end, criminals have all the AR-15s and the common good law-abiding citizen has less than 12 rounds now and has really been put at a deficit against defending themselves, which is unconstitutional because you should be able to defend yourself through the Second Amendment, providing that you don't have any felonies or anything like that as a legal gun owner. So Illinois House did absolutely nothing except pander to the people that support them and keep them in power.